Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here with your weekly fishing report. Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on throughout the bay and the area here. Now, let's start off with locally here in Annapolis and what's going on with rockfish. Plenty of rockfish throughout the area. I mean, it's kind of turning on a little bit everywhere. Obviously, it's still that summertime where we're going to have to be either out there early in the morning or evening is going to be your best bet. And obviously, tides play a good thing with that, but besides that, we're looking at plenty of fish throughout Eastern Bay once again. Inside the rivers, there's been a good amount of people catching a lot of, undersized fish, but there's some keepers in there, so don't give up. Severn, Magothy, even the Patapsco, obviously, Patapsco being a little bit better for more keeper fish, but a lot of reports coming out of the Severn Round Bay with people catching some topwater fish in the mornings, and plenty of keepers, and of course a lot of undersized fish. Coming out to Hackett's, some guys are reporting little small pots of bluefish moving through that area, mixed in with a lot of schoolie rockfish in there. No mackerel up that far yet, but if you work your way down a little bit south towards Poplar Island, that's pretty much like the limit we have right now for the past few weeks of where the mackerel are. Now they're becoming a little more consistent, with a lot of guys trolling for them or casting. Trolling probably being the most successful thing with number 1 or 2 planers with the small size 1s or double zero Clark spoons. And they're catching, good numbers of them. Good numbers being, 5 to like maybe 10 fish per trip, and obviously a lot of bluefish and a lot of rockfish mixed in that area. Now, don't forget to fish a shoreline or the structure around Poplar to catch some of those bigger size rockfish. I heard a fish up to 28 inches plus in that area. Not a lot of them, but they're in there. So play the tides right and you might get lucky with a few of those bigger fish around that area. Now, working your way up north towards Poles Island, a lot of the locals are drifting eels through some of those humps on the south side of the island and doing really well with some fish, even on the pushing like 30-inch mark. So that's another little area to go to if you're in the northern part of the bay. Susquehanna River area, there's a lot of fish mixed in around the flats or inside the river itself too, by Port Deposit, and obviously that's your catfish heaven right now with a lot of blue cats and some channel cats being caught there by just chunking on the bottom. Now, once again, let's move down to this general area here and talk about the parks and the area here, where we're talking about Sandy Point, Mattapeake, Romacoke, and Jonas Green. Most of your action, once again, summertime, is going to be in the evening or early mornings. For you guys fishing out there, your best baits right now have been pretty much as your typical soft crab and cut bait like spot or LY. Just look at the tides. That's really when you want to be out there, whether it's the evening or morning. Middle of the day might be a little bit tougher, but there's plenty of spot. Even some keeper croaker I heard here and there, but not too many of them. Plenty of spot too. So you can use for bait or keep them, and there's some bigger size spots showing up too now, and of course a few bluefish. So that's another exciting thing right now, to look forward to the fall and more of those, and more hopefully bigger size rockfish here in the coming up weeks. Other than that, Southern Bay, bull reds, cobia, etc., mackerel, bull reds, spotty as always. Got to really put in some time down in the Southern Bay. Cobia, September's definitely the month for them, for the guys trolling or even sight fishing for them, anywhere from Solomon's down to Smith Point. All you guys down there are catching a mix of puppy drum and speckled trout in the mix if you're fishing in shallow for perch, so that's great news. I even heard of a lot of 18 to 20 inch reds in that general area down there, anywhere from Solomon's down to Point Lookout. So great news with that. And don't be scared if you catch some of those cutlass fish. They're becoming really coming anywhere from the South River and down. Nothing has really changed down there with the blues. Plenty of blues, actually some bigger blues. And we saw some of those 30-inch bluefish show up. Not in massive schools, but they're out there. So get out there, try them out, catch some rain minnows. You might get some mackerel and some of those bigger blues with that. And you never know, cast underneath with some bunker spoons or bigger jigs. You might get some redfish that they're mixing in the area. That's it for your fishing report. Now, crabbing wise, it's been actually pretty decent right now with guys catching some really heavy crabs in the area right now. Chicken X race claims, I don't think they care. They're trying to get fat for this winter, so get out there and give it a shot. And that's it for your fishing report, guys. Have a good one.